Hi Virgos, welcome to my channel Lucy the Antigua Tarot, and my name is Lucy and I am here to do a general reading for you guys in September. Today is Sunday, September the 10th, and we've just gone through the full solar eclipse, the total solar eclipse of August the 21st, and we've also gone through a full moon on the 6th of September. A lot of energy going on, obviously. And it's only been 5 days since that happened. And so this reading will be reflecting the energies for the rest of the month for you guys. They are general readings, and they are for you guys, Virgos. We're starting out with Virgos tonight. So we're going to be doing a 9-card spread for you. I would like to do a 9-card spread for you for this month of September, the transitioning, adaptation, settling into the new energies that have been so strongly influencing us since August. So these are energies that are coming through, that are going to be around for a while, generally, up to January of next year. So what messages do the tarot cards have for you guys right now for the remaining part of this month of September and probably going into October, right? So let's see what the cards have to say. So I am going to do a 9-card spread for you guys. I have done these before. They were fairly popular. People really seem to like them, so I thought I would just go back and do those again. They do take a lot more energy and effort for me, but let's do it. Alright, so let's just kind of separate these cards a little bit here. Okay, here we go. Alright, so let's get started. We're going to start with the card in the center, which will be your center energy, Virgos, and you guys have the 10 of Cups. Now from here we're going to start 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and of course your center card, which is 9. So you're coming in with the Queen of Wands. Crowning your center, you have the 3 of Swords. You have the Knight of Swords. To the right of your center, you have Temperance, a major arcana. The other side, you have the 8 of Wands. The last row, you have the 6 of Cups, Virgos, the 2 of Pentacles, and the Knight of Wands. Wow, you're coming in with the Queen of Wands and you're leaving the reading with the Knight of Wands. You have Pentacles, you have Cups, and you have Swords and Wands. You have all the 4 energies going on here. Now, I realize that some of these cards here on the edge are not showing very well. So let me just move this up a little bit so that you guys can see. I like for my visitors to be able to see all the cards that are coming into their reading so that they can really get an idea of what's going on. It helps visually to see what's there. Now, I would like to talk about your center card first, your 10 of Cups. There is no doubt in my mind that with this card at your center, Virgos, it's very positive, good energy for you. You guys are in a good place, because when you have this card, this 10 of Cups card, it's telling us that you're about to step into a very fortunate part of your life. And as you can see, 10 of Cups are forming an archway, which is the entrance into something good, and it is good. Look at the image of this card. There's love, there's home, there's beauty, connection with nature, with the material world. emotional balance. There's children, which are always a good energy to have around, you know, even though they may drive us crazy sometimes. It is a very good energy to have when you have kids around. Very nice card. And it's telling you that anything that you are thinking about and that you've been working for, whether it be your family or your work or money or emotional stability, a relationship, anything that is your main idea or subject or concept of what you're thinking of right now. Today is Sunday, the 10th, and maybe you've been thinking about it for a while. Maybe you might even have been working towards it for a while. It's telling you that whatever that thing may be, it's going to be blessed. It's going to come into being. It will come true. That's what this card means. Now, I want to just go down here and do this other Cups card that you have here, guys, which is the Six of Cups. And that's a really interesting card. Because it is also, I believe, related to family, good feelings, positive feelings, memory of the past. This card is all about positive energies that could be surrounding you at this point in time, but they need to be balanced. And I think that's amazing, because here you have the Two of Pentacles and the Temperance cards. The Temperance card, which is your major arcana. This card is really an awesome card, the Two of Pentacles. So here we're talking about, in your center, a promise of what you're really searching for, that you're going to walk through that archway and you're going to find what you want. You're going to see that it becomes a reality. It's going to be a reality for you. And it's going to bring you a lot of happiness, a lot of good emotional feelings, etc. You have this Six of Cups, which is telling you that that this energy is a positive energy at this point in time for you, as long as it is balanced. Balanced with what? Right? So then you have this Two of Pentacles, which talks about balancing the yin and yang of life, you know, the positive and negative energies, balancing the good things with the bad things. Sometimes things are going to be good. Sometimes things are not going to be that good. And this guy, he's doing the dance of life. He reminds me of the god Shiva. Doing the dance of life, balancing those pentacles, which the pentacles symbolize the sacred space. The sacred spaces of our emotions, the sacred spaces of our material world, what happens in our life. And these little boats that you see in the background, there's a big one and there's a little one. See that? Let me put that a little closer. The big one's going up, the little one's going down. That means the big one symbolizes the happy times, the good feelings which come, but eventually we have to be that little boat going down, where we're going to be feeling low, things aren't going to be going quite as we want them to. So it's all about balancing those energies. So I'm thinking that if there's something, because this card can also mean past, childhood memories, that maybe with family, perhaps, or with somebody in particular in the past, there were fond memories, but sometimes now in the present things aren't always that good, that you just need to balance those energies. Don't let, you know, the negative overtake, and don't let like the happy dappy feeling always be there also. You know, just balance those energies, because that's what life is all about. Okay. And then here you have the Temperance, which I think is very significant, because she is also balancing, and she does have the Two Cups, And it is water also. So what is she telling you, Virgos? Yes, this Temperance card, Major Arcana, beautiful card. It's number 14 of the Major Arcana, which is interesting because she follows the Death card and she precedes the Devil card. So she's in between Death and Devil. And what does this card mean? She is telling you that you need to learn, or perhaps just to understand, the concept of doing all things in moderation. It's all about moderation. It's about joining forces, working together, uniting opposites. It's also about spiritual balance. In other words, so maybe there's a person in your family who doesn't spiritually follow the same beliefs that you do. Just balancing those energies. Very beautiful card. Because the end result here is being in a harmonious mix of all things. Kind of like this Two of Pentacles. Both, you have two cards that are balancing. This one's all about balancing perhaps things that happen in our material world. And here you have the spiritual balancing, or the deeper balancing of learning certain important lessons in life about acceptance. You might also be overextending yourself, or in other words, accepting more than what you need to accept, or you could be behaving a bit too rigid. And that could be another reason why this card is coming up. But I personally think, if I look at these four cards here, let's kind of separate these here out of the way for now. I am thinking that they go so beautifully together in terms of achieving this goal. You're entering this new stage in your life, and that you have perhaps been balancing a lot of these energies. Okay, this one's right next to you, and this one's at the base of your reading, right below your center. So it's perhaps reminding you, and that there are memories here of the past that perhaps in the past, even though it was beautiful, conflicts could be with a parent, family member, something along those lines. I'm thinking family because of this center card here. But it could be, really, it could be related to work, it could be related to a friendship, it could be related to a love. Okay? That's basically what's going on with these four cards. Now, let's look at, you have these two great knights, and then you have this Three of Swords, and you have the Queen. So let's talk about that Queen of Pentacles. She's entering your reading. Queen of Wands. At the same time, I am also thinking of your Knight of Wands that you have down here leaving your reading. So you're coming in with the Queen, and you're leaving with the Knight. You have these two court cards that are Wands, and then you have this card here next to your Ten of Cups, which is the Eight of Wands. I think it's beautiful. You have these three wand cards, and wands are all about passion, energy, they're about action. Usually we take action when we feel a need to go towards something that we want. They're very important energies, very important cards. Now with the Queen that's coming into your reading, she represents for you, Virgos, a time of sensitivity and awareness, So it could be perhaps telling you to be sensitive to this dynamics here in your dealings with perhaps some people. Be sensitive about them, towards them, and be aware. At the same time, it is also telling me that you're in the process of very important self-discovery of who you are. And there's also a passion of spirit, of finding your true self. It's like an awakening of who you are in a very deep level. Okay, and it makes total sense that something like that would be happening since you have these two balancing cards that we talked about. Okay, really very beautiful. And what is amazing to me, Virgos, is that this Knight of Wands is very related to the Queen of Wands, because here you are in the process of an awakening. It's coming into your reading. And with the Knight of Wands, you can see he appears to be galloping in his horse, like ready to move forward. Okay, and that his wand is partially in bloom. There's little leaves coming out of it. And the landscape is just like ready to be planted. And what is it that's being planted, right? Well, with this Knight of Wands, Virgos, and let me put him here so you guys can see him. He's beautiful, beautiful card. It's telling you to be prepared for someone to present new concepts or ideas that will be helpful and inspiring to you at this time. At this important time of these important things that are going on in this reading for you. You can expect changes to be coming your way. We all know that we're going through a time of change, obviously, so the cards are definitely reflecting this to everybody. It's time to put things into motion. There's going to be a beginning and an end of something important that you have been working on, or you might have a an opportunity to complete, or maybe you guys are moving. Okay, something important is going to be coming in for you. But the thing with this card that I think is important to remember, that the wand is partially blooming. That means there will be a lot of bloom coming up. Okay, that's going to be manifested, a lot of important manifestations blooming. That's very positive. Okay, and it's also another thing that I think it's really cool in terms of what it's saying is that somebody's going to come in and present new concepts and ideas that are going to be helpful and inspiring to you in your process of galloping forward into the next stage. Okay, into the next stage after this reading, for September into October, perhaps, right? So you have these lovely cards, and then you have this Eight of Pentacles right next to your center card there of the Ten of Cups. And quickly, I just want to say that this Eight of Pentacles, as I said, Wands, Eight of Wands. I keep wanting to say Pentacles here for some reason. This Eight of Wands, maybe because I like this card so much here, down here, but this Eight of Wands, you know, if you notice, it's fertile ground. See the landscape? It's green, fertile. It's got a river, and then all of these wands have little growths, new blooms coming out, and it's 8 of them. So what it could be talking about is that because there's changes coming in, and it's crowning your Knight of Wands, which kind of makes sense. You're going to be galloping forward. There's a lot of things that you need to get together, a lot of things that need to be organized. You need to put your affairs in order, because things are going to be speeding up. Things are going to be happening fast. And it kind of makes sense, I think, you know, with the way the transitions are happening for all of us. Things are moving quickly, and in our own personal lives we can see that, and you Virgos can definitely see that here reflected in this reading. Now, we did talk about this Knight of Wands galloping forward into these new creative concepts that are going to be coming in, new ideas that are going to help you to move forward, because there will be changes coming in. And so it makes sense that there are, you know, that it's going to happen soon, I think, with this Eight of Wands. I think that's what it's saying. But then you have this other Knight card, which is the Knight of Swords, and he's definitely in a rush, speeding forward. This is a great card, and it is a sword card. Is the well, you have two sword cards, but you know, swords are mental, logical, how we see the world, how we develop our thoughts, our concepts, our ideas, how we view the world. It's definitely an interesting card. I love the swords. I think they're great. They have a lot of lessons for us. It's also about communication. And sometimes our energy, when it comes to the swords, can be an assertive energy. And this could be like surrounding you right now. There's like this assertive energy going on around you. Perhaps. Does that make sense, Virgos? You're feeling really passionate about something, and you're feeling rather assertive about defending it, perhaps. Perhaps you're feeling protective, because it is kind of like that kind of an energy that protects. It's a philosophical energy. It's studious, and it's alert and direct, and could be also extremely knowledgeable type of person. With this Knight of Swords. So it is an agent for change, maybe in ideologies. You might be feeling a need to expand. You perhaps this could be someone who's going to come in, just like this Knight is telling you. This person could be this person that's coming in. These could be totally related. It could be a person that's coming in that's is going to help you learn how to expand. You have a need to expand your concepts, your ideologies, expand your thoughts to more creative levels. Okay, it's also an action-oriented energy. It's not just enough to think about it. Action needs to be taken, with this card especially. So this is a very powerful card for you Virgos, and it's a great time for this card to be appearing in this reading, and it is your third card. So you have these two great knights. Somebody's going to come in and is going to teach you something in regards to this spiritual nature. You have like some very spiritual cards here. The the Queen of Wands, these two Knights, the Temperance card, and then finally you have this Three of Swords. And it seems to me something, something's been very painful for you, possibly something that's happened recently, perhaps related to family, or somebody that you love a lot that's a family member or close to your family, or it could be an extended family like an aunt, all right, or a cousin. Something happened and it was very painful, but you've totally managed to overcome this, just because of, and you're getting these cards, the 6 and the 3 and the balancing Two of Pentacles, that are kind of telling me about maybe something along those lines, and just learning to be patient and to balance your emotional energies, your spiritual energies with your material world. That life has its ups and downs. This is crowning your center, and this is at the base of your center, Virgos. And that is your reading for this remaining part of September, floating into October. Okay, guys, take good care. Thank you for visiting my channel, Lucy the Antigua Tarot, and have a great month. Take good care, and we'll see you soon. Bye-bye.
Such few days that we spent together, yet the moments we shared, they seem to last forever.